Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bow and Arrow Tarot and today's pick a card reading, Your Next Lover, Who, When, and How. So today we're going to take a look at who your next lover might be, what kind of energy they have, how they see you, how they might come into your life, and when the timing is. Now, remember, these are timeless messages and they find you whenever you're meant to receive them. So take a moment to just sit back and relax and ground yourself and just allow your intuition to draw you to the pile that calls to you the most. Pile 1, 2, or 3. And when you're ready, you can go straight to your reading in the timestamps below in the description or pinned to the top of the comments. So let's just get started with pile number 1. Pile number 1, let's get right into who's your next lover. We have the Warrior. Wow. So this is somebody who is definitely alpha, strong, courageous. Warrior energy is a really lovely, actually, archetype in a person to have as a lover. This is somebody who's going to stand by you, right? This is somebody who's not going to be afraid to, handle any kind of stressful or difficult situation you're going through. They're not going to leave you in the lurch. I love that energy in a relationship. What else are they resonating with? They have that King of Cups. Well, King of Cups energy is somebody who, more alpha energy, more divine masculine energy, but a sense of, I'd like to say, emotional intelligence, somebody who's really ready for a deep connection, a relationship. How do they see you? They see you as the dove. So there's peace that you bring to their life. Yeah, certainly if they're the warrior, you may be dealing with somebody coming into your life who's been used to having to fight, fight, fight. And that peace that you bring to them is also so attractive. So how do they come to you? Mercury in Aries. There's a restlessness here. And you may indeed be dealing with somebody who has some Aries energy in their chart. But certainly the way they come into you is going to be through conversation and communication. They're not going to be able to help themselves. That's that Mercury and Aries energy. Aries is the leader. The beginning of the zodiac with Aries oftentimes indicates, the bold one. The Emperor is the Aries. And, that energy is, a feeling that they're going to take the lead in the relationship or the conversation that leads to a relationship, right? Again, warrior energy, not necessarily hunter energy. So let's take a look at some more of your cards for your reading. Page of Cups comes in. There's a confidence, justice, there's some balance. Justice is a card for Libra, so some of you may be dealing with a Libra. Six of Wands comes in, a victory, that's happiness. Seven of Cups, and finally we have a Three of Wands. Wow, waiting for some information to come in. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. Interesting. So Magician energy, I love this energy. This is somebody, again, who's very adept at their life. They know what they're doing. They're talented. They know their talents. They know their blessings. Magician energy oftentimes will resonate. When you ever come across somebody who just feels like they know what they're doing with their life, you know what I mean? They have a sense of a handle on what's going on. They have a sense of control in their life. They're good at something. They're talented. They know their talents. This is somebody who resonates with that magician, and that's right there. I feel like this person coming in for you, this next lover, may indeed be someone who's a bit of an artist or works as an artist, may have a career like that, clearly is a bit of a rebel with that warrior energy. Let's take a look at what came in with the tarot. But works in a field where I almost feel like maybe work with their hands or work with some kind of artistic endeavor. But they're very hands-on, right? And so we have also this Page of Cups and Justice energy. This is interesting. Page of Cups is just kind of like the beginning, the curiosity. You may have met somebody recently who is very outgoing, very curious, very sort of ambitious. They may have some Aries energy there. There may be a shyness when it comes to flirtation, right? They may be a little bit shy when it comes to that. Justice is there. Justice, as I said, is the card for Libra and balance. So there's some karmic energy coming in that's rebalancing here, right? For your next lover. Some of you may meet them during the course of some kind of meeting or event or some kind of bureaucratic incident. Justice can often indicate sometimes, man made institutions pulling the levers, getting justice and balance coming in. So, for some of you, you may indeed be dealing with that. Let's begin to get some clarifiers out. Just want to clarify that Justice and Page of Cups. So, there is a sense here that, yes, you're dealing with a warrior, but you may indeed also be dealing with someone that's quite shy around you, quite shy in love. Someone you may have met through the course of official work in some capacity, official work that may involve humanitarian efforts or things like that, that kind of rebalance in sort of in unjustful situations or unbalanced situations, karma coming in. Two of Wands, wow, ready to move forward. That's more Aries energy. And there we have again the 3. So 2 threes in a row. Now it's interesting when we talk about threes, right? Threes coming in numerology. And I do have some blogs up on my channel. Check my community page. I will be uploading more blogs and getting a little bit deeper into numerology on my channel and the connection with the tarot. But in numerology, 3 in particular, when we come to love readings, indicate lightheartedness. It can indicate flirtation, expressing some fun and love, right? 3 brings joy and communication and play when it comes to love. Now you have 2 threes here. There is a feeling of wanting to wait and see if there's some more information coming in, right? They want to move ahead. I do think they're a little bit antsy, right? We did see that Mercury in Aries, which is quite restless. Your next lover, I think, already probably knows you, already probably has their eye on you, is very restless about getting together with you. They may be quite shy. They may not have said anything yet, but they're certainly already planning like the future. This person is a romantic. And they're definitely waiting, I will say, for some more information to come in. I would say that they're waiting for some more information to come in. They're flirting. You two may know each other. You may be out socially. And so they're around you. There may be, as I say, with these threes, there is a lot of flirtation coming in, but they're waiting for that next sign to sort of take it to the next step. I think they're a little bit nervous. And if you know somebody like this in your life, sound off in the comments because I'm really curious. This indeed may be your next lover. Now, there is a 6 of Wands and 7 of Cups coming in. There's a feeling that when the two of you get together, finally get together, there will be a sense of kind of victory, of kind of like, we did it. We finally did it. I think it may take some time. We are going to look at timing because I do say your next lover, who, when and how, right? So we're going to get the when. But when the two of you come together, that victory is there. 6 of Wands. And I also feel like if you know this person, again, warrior energy, I feel humanitarian energy with that Libra, that justice card that came out. Again, the two of you may meet during the course of working in a field of humanitarian work or working for the underdog. In any case, this victory may even be a professional victory that the two of you share. And that will bring, again, that is almost further, I would say, stabilizing, securing the connection, reinforcing the connection between the two of you. I do think for some of you, you work together. You're in the same field with this person. You have the same, I want to say, outlook, the same sort of desire in terms of achievement. I do feel a sense here that they're the warrior, but you are in that space with them. Let me know. Sound off in the comments if that's you. But let's go ahead and see what else we have. We have 8 of Cups energy. Interesting. Somebody's walked away. And the moon, there's that uncertainty. Now, one or both of you, but here it does feel like one of you is kind of like broken up a relationship. Now, that 6 of Wands energy can also be sort of that celebration of like, oh, okay, well, they finally stepped off. Like, maybe for instance, you may have been connected in a relationship that really wasn't serving you, wasn't suiting you. There was something about that. Again, this warrior is presenting with that King of Cups. This person already has a deep desire to be important to you, to be a lover to you, to be in a connection with you. You may, again, already know them, and you may already have a certain sense of affection, I want to say, and even intimacy on even on a friendship level, because you share a lot of the same objectives. You may work for the same charity or nonprofit, or you know what I'm saying, nonprofit organization or something like that. Again, that's what I mean when I say that you also share a goal or objective that is a good objective, a healing objective that has to do with humanitarian work and work of being the warrior for somebody. So that brings closeness between the two of you already. But one of you may have been in a relationship that wasn't really suiting you. You walked off because that Eight of Cups is very clear that there was a relationship that broke up. Somebody walked away, and yet we have that celebration there. So it almost feels as though your warrior, can be vice versa, was waiting, like finally you got rid of this person who really wasn't right for you. And here I am. Yet, we do have some uncertainty with that moon energy and that Seven of Cups. Yeah, there is a desire. There's a feeling like, oh yeah, the world is opened up for us. The possibilities are there, you know, but there's an uncertainty with that moon energy. So that uncertainty will be different for each of you. I will say that I do feel strongly like this person may indeed be somebody that you already know, that you have a friendship with, and they are a warrior. For some of you, you share that warrior energy, but they really desire more. There is a restlessness. Remember that restlessness? They're going to get to a point where they're not going to want to be able, they're not going to be able to sort of hold back. And this is when they will have that very important conversation with you. Mercury is all about communication. So that's really how they're going to make it known. Ultimately, we come back to the second three. In this reading, Three of Wands, again, talking about waiting for a sign to come in, wanting to be sure. Let's get a final card on that. Wanting to be sure, Three of Cups. Wow. Another three. All right. So threes have shown up three times. Now, this is where I'm going to tell you guys about my compatibility report. I'm going to slide that in for you guys because really it's so cool. You only need your name and your person's name. So if you already know who this warrior is and you want to know what your compatibility is as far as numerology, you can get that compatibility from three numerology numbers, three foundation numbers, your expression number, your soul urge number, sometimes called your heart's desire, and your personality number. And those numbers are calculated from your name. So if you go to my website, bowandarrowtarot.com, and you go to the PDF, you can get the compatibility report. Now, it's only $3.33, and all you need is the person's name. There may be a lot of threes there. You may resonate with three energy. They may resonate with three energy, and you'll get a sense. It's a full PDF. You'll get a sense of what your compatibility is and what your archetypes are. And this is why I created it. It's numerology, but it's so closely tied to tarot that I wanted to begin to give you guys some more information about that. So you have another three here. Three of Cups, all about friendship. Again, the Three of Cups, when I said earlier, the threes in love and in numerology specifically talk about flirtation and expression, communication and play, can also feel a little bit scattered. Usually it's paired, it's a good pairing for groundedness there. But this Three of Cups talks about celebration and coming together with people in friendship. Again, I do feel like the two of you are friends. You may indeed be celebrating this win. I love this. I really, really do. I love this for you. Let's go ahead now and pull out your spirits of darkness and light, and then we'll finish off with your zodiac signs. We'll be curious to see if we have stars showing up. Stars showed up. We had Justice showed up. Moon showed up. Justice is... It'll be curious. We had Justice show up and Moon show up. Justice is Libra and Tarot, and the Moon is Pisces energy. So let's just see if that shows up when we pull a zodiac card. Spirit of the Crow is coming in, Spirit of the Gargoyle, and Spirit of the Snowflake. So the Crow can talk about some prophecy coming in, messages coming in, sometimes bad news, but I do think the Crow gets a bit of a bad rap. The Crow has always been ancient and associated with extreme intelligence and communication, messages from beyond. Spirit of the Gargoyle is there. There's a feeling of needing to protect, needing to protect, needing to guard. Take that as you will. And then we have Spirit of the Snowflake, one of a kind, special, irreplaceable. There is something here about this connection that is extremely irreplaceable. Now, before we move on actually to your zodiacs, let's get your timing. We have in the near future, meaning any day now, right? Whenever that comes out, it usually means that like you're just ready for it. So it's any day now. And also oftentimes when I get this card for a timing, it's because you're already connected to this person. You're not waiting for this person necessarily to come into your life. You're already connected. So the timing is any moment, it's any day now when the two of you decide to admit to each other certain things. It's always about kind of like that tipping point, Again, that Mercury in Aries is that energy of tipping over into like, I can't help myself. Aries comes out right away. Scorpio. And we have Cancer. All right. 2 water signs. We are in Cancer season, so not too surprised about that. But Aries showed its face again. 2 of Wands is Mars and Aries energy also. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. This has been the reading for pile number 1. I hope you got something out of it, and I hope it resonated for you. If it did, please go ahead to the comments and leave us a comment. Hit the like button. I really, really appreciate that. That lets YouTube know you like my content. If the reading wasn't for you, let it go. And some things in this reading may not resonate, and that's absolutely fine. So thank you so much. If you're ready, you want to stick around, we're going to get right into the reading for pile number 2. Pile number 2, let's get right into your reading. Who's your next lover? The King. Alpha energy, masculine energy. The King is somebody who elicits authority, right? They are the leader. They're the ones in charge. They're oftentimes someone who just has that air, that flair about them. This is an intense archetype coming into your life with the King. We're going to take a deeper look. What kind of court card energy are they resonating with? Page energy, Page of Wands energy. So the Page of Wands is also the fearless one. So yes, not king, but the Page of Wands is the highest card in the deck for fearlessness, overcoming fear, doing your own thing. How do they see you? They see you as a lion. So no wonder. It's like the two of you are 2 fire alpha energy spirits. And how might they come into you? Mars energy, of course. They're going to take action. Mars in Pisces energy, actually. Interesting. That page is interesting because while this person resonates with King energy on a deep archetypal level, they come into you with that Page of Wands. They may be new to you. They may be, when it comes to their connection with you, they may be a novice, right? You may be in the same field as them. They may be in the same field as you. But in terms of your levels of expertise in some area, they may be quite new to that. Yet and still they resonate with strong King energy. They're definitely experts at something in their own field. But when it comes to the connection with you, there's a newness there. So we're going to take a deeper look. 6 of Swords energy. Moving away with calm. Interesting. High Priestess is there. 7 of Wands is there. We have the Fool, a whole new beginning. And Temperance, that's Sagittarius. Fool resonates strongly with that Page of Wands. And 3 of Swords, wow. All right, well, let me come to that 3 of Swords right away, because the 3 of Swords is all about betrayal, being heartbroken. And oftentimes 3 of Swords can mean being heartbroken for a lot of reasons. It doesn't always have to mean romantically. It is a Swords card. But the heartache is real. It can be, someone who lies. It can be in a friendship. It can be anything where you believe or have felt like you were trusting someone right? Their words, and you found yourself deceived. And this is where that's the root of it, right? So that's coming through this reading. So you may have had a heartache, they may have had a heartache. Something about that energy is here, but we're going to go deeper. Let's just talk about this first two sets of energies coming in: Six of Swords and High Priestess. So your person may have relocated. Again, this speaks to the newness with that page and that Fool. Yes, they are a king. Yes, they are, let me say, regal and authoritative and strong in their own right. They may be starting a new chapter in their lives and almost being thrust back into novice stage, beginner stage. That Six of Cups indicates that this person may have really left a difficult situation, turmoil, fighting, abuse, even. Could very well have been a domestic situation or a situation that just was untenable. High Priestess is there. I do feel like there is there's an intuitional connection here that's happening between the two of you. I wonder if that High Priestess is actually you, resonating with some energy of really understanding this person. There is a connection here. I think the two of you relate. Let's get it a little bit further. Justice. Wow. And the Ace of Swords, clarity. This person may have gone through a divorce, a separation of some kind. Absolutely. For some of you, this person has had to leave or relocate because of some kind of, I want to say, agreement, disagreement, case hearing, some kind of even legal situation that may have come into play. They may have been divorced, separated. They may have had a business situation that broke up. Whatever the case is, that situation was a heartache. And along comes with it that Ace of Swords. So there's deep clarity and understanding here that comes over that High Priestess. It feels to me like this person may be very new to you in your life. Um, yes, they're a king, but they're a king that's having to almost start all over from scratch. I wouldn't be surprised if the Five of Pentacles shows up. This person has had to sort of hit rock bottom as a result of a breaking up, as a result of a deception, a lie. Somewhere along the line, they may have even had to go to court about it, right? Now, could be a divorce or, something like that. Could be something in business, but whatever the case is, it was done in such a way there was emotional attachment there. So not only are they leaving a situation that is full of turmoil and difficulty emotionally, but there's just a lot there in the past for them. This person indeed comes in and presents with them almost a feeling of being a novice and being new, and because this is all very new to them in a lot of ways. They are used to being on top and being the king. So there is clarity coming in, a whole new outlook. And I think you're relating with this because of this High Priestess. Now let's go further. We already know that they see you as a lion. Be generous of spirit. There is something about you that is really helping them through this very, very difficult situation. This difficult time, I'd rather say, right? Now, we have Seven of Wands and the Fool. That's courageousness. Seven of Wands is standing your ground, being courageous in the face of people who try to bring you down or come at you with obstacles, negative energy, interference, just try to come and get you off your square. And yet you can see she's sitting there, she's peaceful. She is maintaining focus and not allowing anyone to sort of get her out of her happy space, her good space. Maintaining what she believes is important. The Fool starting a whole new adventure and really kind of having faith. We always talk about a leap of faith with the Fool. So there's a new beginning. This person is having a brand new beginning. There is a troubled, turbulent past that they are leaving, I dare say running from, leaving behind. Let me tell you this. Those situations are never cleanly cut. There are reverberations from those really difficult situations, all situations in our lives, but certainly situations that were difficult that involved a heartache. That healing process can take a while. There are reverberations of that. I always talk about that lingering connection. So do take care whenever you're getting involved with somebody who has that. And there is healing that needs to be done. There is lingering energy. Oh, and there's that Five of Swords. Wow. Five of Swords is exactly what you're leaving, what we have here. And that Empress energy. You very much, I want to say, probably represent that nurturing spirit for them, right? You come in with that Empress. They bring some of the battle, though. You may be dealing with somebody who brings a little bit of that battle with them. They may be used to battling. They may have people coming at them. Again, there is a feeling here that their history is not 100% over, although they want to begin anew. They may indeed have all the desire to start new or forget, even, leave it back there. There may have been a final ending to whatever they were going through in an official capacity. There may have been something signed and everything ended, but there is an emotional lingering here. There is some strife that lingers, that comes in. There is a feeling that they are still kind of battling with some things, and yet they see you being spirit, generous of spirit, lion spirit, Empress energy, the Fool. For you, you're doing a lot of nurturing in this next relationship. Remember, tarot is just a glimpse into what could be maybe. You don't want it, you don't have to have it. There is a feeling of kinship here, of understanding, of really knowing what this person is kind of going through in a way. I think you can relate to them. Nine of Cups and Temperance. Yeah, there is happiness. Nine of Cups is happiness. Temperance is the card for Sagittarius. Some of you may be dealing with Sagittarius. But there is a feeling here of sort of just bringing a balance. We already saw Justice. Temperance is a cousin almost of Justice. It's not so much sort of a rebalancing of things that are unbalanced, but it's more of a maintaining, right? Temperance is like maintaining your own balance, maintaining your own focus, not being triggered. There is happiness there. Ultimately, you do find happiness with this person. I just say this. It feels to me like you and them, you and the king coming into your life, you coming into their life does feel like a breath of almost fresh air for both of you. A real feeling of understanding each other, kinship in a way. You both may have gone through similar situations. And so there is that. Nevertheless, there is some work here that you may need to do, because I'm looking for my darkness, spirits of darkness, light. Some work here that you may need to do, which you are happy to do. You resonate with Lion Empress, that strong nurturing energy. There is nurturing energy that will be needed here with this person. If you resonate with this and, is a king, but they've gone through so much that they are really rebuilding. And so you may indeed be part of that. What do spirits of darkness and light have to say? Spirit of enchantment, temporary. Spirit of the clover. Spirit of the fly. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, spirit of enchantment. Yeah, that's that feeling that I have for the two of you. When you come together, there's a feeling of enchantment, like the two of you really understand each other. There is a oneness there. Spirit of the clover. There's good luck and abundance in the air, but spirit of the fly. Remember, rot stagnation is only about just cleaning out, right? There needs to be a final cleaning out. And this is what I talk about, the lingering energies of a difficult situation like this, where your person is coming from some fallout, some baggage. There will be some healing that needs to happen. But with all that nurturing, with that courage of sort of taking a leap of faith with each other, you come to a very happy place. Again, you are kind of made for each other. So let's take a look at timing before we look at your zodiac signs. We'll see what the timing is for this. Within the next few weeks. All right. So that's that energy. I think you already know this person, but it's like within the next few weeks. Now, for some of you, if you don't, they are right around the corner about to come in. It feels very present and in the moment right now, this connection with this person. Let's go ahead and pull out your zodiac signs. We're going to see what kind of zodiac energy you're rocking with in this reading. Who this person, maybe you, maybe them. We already have Libra showing up. Sagittarius shows up. Aries. Some nice fiery energy. Virgo, wow, strong earth energy. That can Virgo and Taurus can resonate with that Empress. And we have Gemini, that air. Wow, Gemini energy. All right, everybody. This may be in your chart. It may be in their chart. However it resonates for you, please leave us a comment in the comments section and leave me a like. That's always great. I do appreciate that. It lets YouTube know you like my readings. And that is it for pile number 2. If you're ready, if you want to stick with me, let's get started with pile number 3. Pile number 3, let's get right into your reading. Who's your next lover? The comic. Yes, this is the funny person, the person who always seems to bring a smile to your face. The comic archetype is quite interesting, very akin to the healer. Oftentimes, people with this energy are able to bring healing through laughter. And what kind of energy, court card energy, do they resonate with? They have a page of swords. So they have some confidence that they are just now beginning to build, perhaps, and as in as much as making it known to you that they may have feelings for you. How do they see you? Horse spirit, and that makes, yeah, that tracks. Freedom is yours. You're very free flowing, right? You're somebody who's extremely independent, and of course, that's what I was feeling right away with that page of swords. This person is right away immediately presenting with this energy of building up the courage, right? Mercury in Aquarius. So some of you are dealing with an Aquarius, building up the courage with you because they know that you're a free spirit. Again, the comic is a beautiful energy to have in a lover. The comic is somebody who oftentimes they're going to know exactly what to say in the right situations to sort of bring a sense of reality or groundedness or a perspective, right? That's what humor is all about, you know, a perspective that you look at that kind of brings this feeling, right, with it. What fell out? Knight of Swords, more swords energy. Let's get into the rest of your cards. Page of Wands, there is that fearlessness again. Ace of Cups, there's that love connection. And King of Cups, they want to be your king. And a Two of Wands. Oh, I like this. Two of Swords, this is interesting. At the core of this connection is a decision, right? Like, will I, won't I? It's really hard to decide. There's something going on. We're going to go deeper with more cards, but there's something about the two of you connecting, becoming lovers, that requires a decision that needs to be made. It's not like you're entertaining this lightly. That's what I think. I think this person is in your life. They are just now getting this confidence to sort of approach you with about love, you know, about a deeper connection. You're a strong person. Certainly, if they see you as horse energy, you're a very free, loving, independent, strong person. And so coming towards you with that kind of desire requires some confidence, especially with somebody who is generally the comic, wants to make light of things. And that Mercury energy, we're going to talk more about that, but that originality, that Mercury in Aquarius really talks about somebody who thinks outside the box. So let's see what these first tarot cards are telling us about this person. Knight of Swords and Page of Wands is so beautiful. This really kind of tracks, right? I think what happens is as they begin to build their courage, this person comes into your life, they really kind of like make room. Knight of Swords is all about going after what they want. They come up with plans and ideas. They get rid of obstacles that might be in their way. You know, it's a very sort of active energy, along with that Page of Wands, which is all about fearlessness, being original, unique. So let's go ahead and pull some more cards out, because I'd like to know a little bit more about what's going on with that knight and that page. Why it's a decision. You know, that's the second page we have that showed up. So page energy is all about newness, a novice, beginning again, getting confidence in a particular area, right? So let's see about this. Wow, a tower moment. Something happens. Five of Pentacles. Interesting. Something happens with this person where it almost feels as though like they go from 0 to 100, right? The tower. There's some kind of event that happens that is really earth shattering for them. It involves money, it may indeed involve money, it may indeed involve starting all over again. Oftentimes, that tower energy can bring in with it a clarity and a realization that is so needed in a particular area. You know, the tower is an event that is often associated with a divine event. You know, that's why we often see that lightning strike because it often comes in, it feels as though it's completely out of your hands. It's some kind of event that happens in your life. But as a result of it, once the dust settles, oftentimes you have this newfound clarity, understanding. You realize that you kind of needed things to be shaken up a bit and that you might have been holding on to some old ways of thinking that were really holding you back. So this tower moment can really present in a lot of different ways, but it's dramatic, but with it comes such growth. And I love this. And out of that, this person immediately goes into action. I think something happens which really propels them to want to express, or perhaps even make this decision and decide to express their feelings for you. Page of Wands and Five of Pentacles. This energy talks about being courageous despite hardship, in the face of hardship. There may be some financial or physical hardship that's going on, but there is a courage here and there is a love. Let's move on. Ace of Cups, King of Cups. There's a budding love that happens. Somewhere along the line, you two like just fall for each other. It almost feels like you guys have been ships in the night for quite some time until something clicks. King of Cups, they absolutely desire to be your king. It feels like there was an inkling here at one point, right? It feels like there may have been, like, this feels like crush energy that just turned into deep love, and that turns into deep love energy very quickly. The timing, remember I say that these readings are always timeless and they find you when you're ready to receive them. But the specific timing of this reading is that you already probably know this person, have a connection with this person, have flirted with this person, but the next sort of jump into that Ace of Cups energy is coming up. Wow, 10 of Pentacles. It's and 3 of Wands. It proves to be a successful union. Like everything comes together financially. This Ace of Cups brings with it a 10 of Pentacles. It's like the two of you come together and everything is set for both of you. It's really beautiful. You may be dealing with somebody who's already quite well off. In any case, it's interesting because there is this energy here I talk about of starting all over, hitting rock bottom to a certain degree, maybe going through some financial difficulty. It may be you or it may be them, but something about the union, the two of you coming together boosts both of you, right? It's that power couple dynamic that can happen sometimes with people. An interesting King of Cups, 3 of Wands. They may be waiting for some more information before they decide to really make their feelings known. King of Cups energy, 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands is like, yeah, is the wind right? What's coming in? I need a little bit more information, but that king feels like they absolutely want to be something deep for you. They want to be that divine masculine energy. You may be dealing with somebody who resonates strongly with King of Cups. King of Cups is sensitive and emotionally intelligent and ready to have a relationship. Oftentimes, the King of Cups is someone who does better in a relationship, right? They're the type of person that thrive in a relationship. When they don't have a person, a connection, they seem almost aimless and sort of like, you know, this is good. They consider this as a necessary part of their emotional, spiritual well-being, right? So somebody who likes to be connected, not a player, certainly. King of Cups can be quite possessive and jealous, so you have to watch out the other side of that. Nevertheless, you have a 2 of Swords and a 2 of Wands. So we have 2 showing up twice. Interesting. Oftentimes I talk about numbers. And I am going to tell you now about the number 2 in numerology. When it comes to relationships, 2s represent, and we'll see if we get one more 2 coming out. 2s represent partnership and intimacy. And this is what this reeks of, a feeling of the two of you. When the two of you come together, it's a real partnership. Like you really make each other better. You embellish each other. You sort of further each other. The combination of the two of you is more than the sum of your individual parts, if you know what I mean. Let's pull out one more energy. Eight of Cups. Somebody's walked away from a relationship and decided, yeah, this may be something that's been in the way here. Nevertheless, somewhere along the line, somebody's walked away from a connection or has been left, right? I don't know, whatever the case is, it was like the two were not made for each other anymore. Somebody chose to walk away. May indeed be your person. And in any case, there is a feeling that this kind of needed to play out before they were able to make their decision to kind of move closer toward you. Again, this was a crush, is a crush that because of a moment, a divine moment that comes in, a Tyra moment, which may indeed even be the ending of a relationship and the fallout from it. Somewhere along the line, this person then really turns around and is much more oriented towards you. How do they come in? Mercury and Aquarius. I said I would come back to that and talk about Mercury and Aquarius means that they're going to talk about it. They're going to be communicative. They're going to want to share, and they're going to do it in a very Aquarian way, right? Aquarius is so original, so unique. The Aquarius energy is sort of almost that otherworldly energy, right? So artistic. And so this person is going to find a very unique, maybe even comical, something creative way to communicate their feelings for you. I do feel like this is all, though, coming on the heels of a decision that was made as a result, almost, right, of a divine event that comes in, something that happens. It could be a breakup, but there's an event, there's a decision, there's finally a separation somewhere along the line, and the final sort of ending, full ending of that separation. And then finally, that Two of Wands, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, talking about the Two of Wands, that's more Mars and Aries energy. This is when they decide to kind of move forward with you, or you decide to move forward with them, or the both of you at the same time, it's like you're unstoppable. So right now there are some obstacles in a way. It feels like it's the lingering of past relationships, or something that still needs to be cleared away with this Tower moment, a proper decision that needs to be made either on your part or on their part. We're flipped over, Spirit of the Scales. So karma, justice, and balance coming in. Interesting. So yeah, that may be this whole situation kind of rebalancing itself out so that the two of you can come together. Spirit of the Anchor, there's an investment stability here, a solid foundation. Absolutely. That's what I feel for you in this connection, that the two of you, once you come together, is such a power move. Spirit of the Dummy. Weak follower, clueless. So now we're going to take a look at timing before we move on to the zodiac cards, see what kind of zodiacs you might be dealing with. Timing is within the next few months. It all happens. You already know this person, but that step up to this kind of connection, yeah, it takes a few more months, I think, for all of this to happen, because you know each other already. But as I say, this timing of this reading feels to me like this Tower moment may be just around the corner, right? So when we say within the next few months, that's like for all the dust to settle, right? Aries energy, there it is. That was that Mars and Aries I talked about. There's your Taurus, interesting. And there is your Scorpio. That is that King of Cups energy. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful reading. I hope you resonated with it. If you did, leave us a comment below. Leave me a like. That is really great for my channel. I appreciate it. It lets YouTube know that you like my content. Once again, thank you so much. This has been Bow and Arrow Tarot. Don't forget to check out my website, bowandarrowtarot.com, for your love compatibility score and report. They're only $3.33. All you need is your name and your lover's name, and you get a full compatibility report right away sent to your email. So check that out. But for right now, I'm just going to say goodnight. This has been the Pick a Card, Your Next Lover, Who, When, and How, and Bow and Arrow Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you love, life, and happiness, and I hope to see you guys again. Bye-bye, everyone.